me, you know. He's happy as can be, you know. He loves me. Yes, he's in love with me, and I feel fine, so fine. He buys me pretty things, you know. He buys me diamond rings, you know. He does so. Yes, he's in love with me, and I feel fine, so fine. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away.
When Alma's untimely death cut her career tragically short, all showbiz paid its respects. Today, her memory lingers. Lionel Blair was one of her very close friends.
She's still in my mind every single day. Anything funny that happens, or a new star that comes along, or a new trend that comes along, Alma and I would be the first on the phone. Did you see so-and-so? Or guess what I did last night? Or usually we do it together. But she was that sort of girl. Funny, the greatest sense of humour.
I don't know, he wouldn't say.
She was just 34 when in 1966 cancer deprived us of Britain's most successful female hit parade artist, with a string of more than 20 hits throughout the 50s and into the 60s. Her birth certificate records her as Alma Cogan, born in Whitechapel, East London. She was born to be a star, and just 15 was in the chorus of a London musical, High Button Shoes, with a young Audrey Hepburn. Alma enjoyed the encouragement of her parents. Mark and Fanny pushed her into the showbiz world, selling the family haberdasher shop to buy a flat in Kensington High Street when the West End beckoned.
That time she was singing with the band at the Cumberland Hotel in near Marble Arch, and I enjoyed her work hugely. She was absolutely wonderful. She captivated us all.
Others were captivated, and after Alma sent BBC Radio a tape, she was featured on Take It From Here alongside June Whitfield and Jimmy Edwards.
And this is what Alma always did. She used to go to the side of the stage and perhaps cover her mouth with her hands and scream out, "What do you want?" and that sort of thing. And she was always Mrs. Glum, this mystical character who actually had no words.
Trees everywhere with blossoms in their hair, and Mother Nature wears her newest gown. What I'd give once more to live right outside.
But just as Alma was making a name for herself, her father died, leaving her to support her mother and the rest of her family, and to steer her own course, taking control of her career. Radio provided another break when Alma first heard pianist Stan Foster play.
She said afterwards she liked my playing. She thought, when I can afford a full-time accompanist, I'm going to make it him, sort of thing. Well, funnily enough, about 4 weeks after that, she was one of the featured artists with Cyril Stapleton on the same show. And that's how we first met. And then she told me, "You're going to be my pianist." And three weeks later, I think I was. And she was all little tiny name at the bottom of the bill. She generally had her own way, and generally she was right.
I've got the bell.
For Alma and Stan, it marked the start of a lifelong partnership.
He's sailing somewhere on the sea. I got the bell-bottom blues.
Bell-Bottom Blues was her first hit. Others soon followed.
Coming back to me.
She had the most marvellous singing voice. She was just as at home singing I've Got the Bell-Bottom Blues because my sweetie's in the Navy as she was with Noel Coward's If Love Were All, which is the most beautiful ballad.
If love were all, I should be lonely. You lovable dreamboat.
Within a few months of teaming up with Stan Foster, Alma's popularity took off. Dreamboat became a massive hit record and her first #1. She was just 23 years old.
7 seas with you, even if you told me to go and paddle my own canoe. I'd follow you, darling.
over the moon. She was definitely. We saw it. It started to climb a bit, as I remember, and then suddenly it just went walloped on top.
Tweedly, 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 dum.
Hit quickly followed hit, and she was rarely out of the charts. She was known as the girl with the giggle in her voice and became the nation's most popular female singer.
Maybe I'm raving, but when you're shaving and you're stropping up your razor for the day, I've got a notion, it ain't devotion, makes you eye me in that very funny way. You can never do a tango with an Eskimo. No, no, no. Oh dear, no. If you do, you'll get the breeze up and you'll end up with a freeze up. You must never do a tango with an Eskimo. When I was oh so very small, my mother used to tell me all the little things she thought a daughter needed. She used to tell me what to do, and furthermore, what not to do, and said that I had got to do as she did. I wonder if she was I shall see for myself tonight. At 8:30 by the sycamore tree, I'll be there, wait and see, 'cause I've got a date by the sycamore tree with someone I adore.
She could always sing these novelty songs, and people expected that from her, really. But she could sing some very, very good bluesy type numbers, middle of the road songs, middle of the road jazz and that sort of thing. She loved Ella Fitzgerald.
And still those little things remain that bring me happiness or pain. A cigarette that bears the lipstick's traces, an airline ticket to romantic places, and still my heart has wings, 20 tiny fingers.
Alma was one of the first to realise that frequent television appearances were the key to fame, and she made the most of the new medium. In fact, she loved the cameras full stop, making sure of every photo opportunity.
The one's got a big bald spot, exactly like his pop, 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 pop. Why do fools fall in love? Why do birds sing?